You're watching Ringside Wrestling. Alrighty guys, Joel Perez of Ringside Wrestling here, and today I'm presenting you an interesting video, how WWE should book the road to Backlash. Now I know WWE could fucking fuck up any build to any pay-per-view. We started off good on Smackdown last night. Now I want to book how they should proceed this. We started off very well on Smackdown last night. Now I want to try to book how they should continue it, because it's like the first week they always start off hot. They always start off on fire, and we're all like, okay, we're actually getting back on track. But then they always fuck it up, and I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised if they fucked it up again on the road to Backlash. So today we're going to do a how WWE should book the road to Backlash. No, in no way am I trying to rip What Culture's idea of how WWE should book, but I just want to give my opinions on what should happen on the road to Backlash, because I find this very interesting, and I find WWE fucking everything up all the time. Look how they fucked up the road to SummerSlam. Every single match, its build was fucked up somewhat. So I don't want that to happen again. Let's let our voices be heard. Let's let our opinions out in the wild, and maybe we'll be heard. I don't fucking know. And make sure after this video, if you agree with what I say here, leave a comment down below. Leave a like. That would help. Subscribe for all I know. But this is how WWE should book the road to Backlash. Now, the WWE Championship picture, perfectly booked. That's exactly how you need to set a #1 contender for the WWE Championship. Take two top guys, Ziggler, who you've been building up for the past couple weeks. Take AJ Styles, who just got off the brink of beating the top guy, John Cena. Take AJ Styles, the momentum he has. Take Ziggler, the momentum you've been giving him. Don't waste Ziggler's momentum and put him in some scrubbish mid-card feud. Keep him on the brink of the main event. Perfect. And put these two guys in a #1 contendership opportunity matchup, and that's exactly what they did, and they did it perfectly. AJ Styles won. It gives AJ Styles more momentum going into Backlash. It makes Ziggler look strong since he's remaining at the brink of that main event. And what would I do with Ziggler in the upcoming weeks? Because Ziggler needs something to do, I would turn Ziggler heel. I would make Ziggler submit to the frustration of losing the WWE Championship match, losing to AJ Styles. He cannot take it anymore. He turns heel. He finally lets out that aggression that he has been needing this whole time. And if you want, you can put him against an Apollo Crews, and you turn Ziggler heel. You have him cut a heelish promo, and then you have Apollo Crews come out, and Apollo Crews is basically telling Ziggler to chill the fuck down. You're getting overheated, and then Ziggler super kicks Apollo Crews, setting up a match for Backlash. You give Apollo Crews a big time feud. You keep Ziggler in a big time feud. We're interested in seeing what Apollo Crews can do. We're interested in seeing what Dolph Ziggler can do. You put these two in a feud, it's going to be a fantastic feud, especially if you give it its TV time. I don't want this feud being built up during the commercial break like they did towards the build for SummerSlam in the Intercontinental Championship match. If you don't want to do that, put Apollo Crews back in the Intercontinental Championship match. Give him a rematch against The Miz and let him win it at Backlash for a feel-good moment at their first brand exclusive pay-per-view. I would prefer Ziggler versus Crews because it would be a fantastic match, and to keep Ziggler from getting stale too fast, it would be a good thing to turn him heel, because I do like this aggressive side of Ziggler, but it would just be embodied so much better if Ziggler was a heel. Ziggler's a fantastic heel. Back in 2012, 2013, when Ziggler was a heel, that was a fantastic run for him, and that's why he got so over with the crowd back then. You just want to keep Ziggler at the brink of that main event matchup, and Apollo Crews going into a match with Dolph Ziggler, who's been built up during the build-up to SummerSlam pretty okay. Putting him against a Ziggler would do a lot for Crews. If not, put him in an Intercontinental Championship match. You can even have a Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship match. Put Crews, Miz, Corbin, and Ziggler in one match. Would that deplete the roster for Backlash? Of course. So I wouldn't suggest that as my top idea, but it would be a fantastic match to see. Give it half an hour, throw those guys at each other, but it would kind of deplete the roster rather than having two big-time matches. You can even put Corbin versus The Miz and then Crews versus Ziggler, but I wouldn't have Corbin versus The Miz because I don't know how those two guys would gel being two heels. It would be kind of a little risk there, but Corbin's lone wolf, I'll fuck up anybody persona would make sense for Corbin to want to attack the heel that is The Miz. It would make sense for Corbin to get pissed off by the heel that is The Miz, because Miz is more of a wily-ish heel. He's really cocky, but when it comes down to it, he's going to run away. Corbin's more of that heel who he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get it done right. But it would be an interesting dynamic to see those two step in the ring. But I do think WWE is going to go with the safe approach and put Crews versus The Miz. But if they do go with Crews versus The Miz, that would leave me in questions as to where they would put Corbin or Ziggler. So, and I don't want to see Corbin versus Ziggler again, because we did see that already, and we saw it too much, in fact. So I don't want to see Corbin versus Ziggler again. So I would have it be Miz versus Corbin, which would be an interesting little dynamic there. Or you can even have Corbin, Kalisto, and The Miz in a triple threat, because Kalisto and Corbin have been feuding during the build-up to SummerSlam, but they never got their match. Or maybe you can even do a match next week on Smackdown. There's so many possibilities. Corbin versus Kalisto for the #1 contendership to the Intercontinental Championship. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a fantastic segment on Talking Smack, which is actually becoming a pretty interesting show, because every week there's a superstar on there talking trash, talking smack. The other week it was Daniel Bryan talking smack about how about the name of the Universal Championship, The Miz. He went on there and cut a fantastic promo. I don't know if this was a work or a shoot, and when you don't know if it's a work or if it's a shoot, that's when you know you're seeing the best type of promo, and that's how good it damn was. He was yelling at Daniel. He was telling Daniel that he's a coward. He's a coward. He left for 6 months and he never came back, but Miz has never been injured because he wrestles a safe style that actually got him that Intercontinental Championship match. I'm not doing this promo any justice. You need to go see that promo that Miz cut. It was fantastic. He was complaining about how the Intercontinental Championship was not featured on Smackdown last night, and that's very well true. It wasn't featured on Smackdown, and that does piss me off. But I do believe that next week we're going to see an Intercontinental Championship match announced, or a #1 contendership going on. But there's some very interesting stuff you can do between those guys. Ziggler, Crews, Corbin, Kalisto, and The Miz. So there's some very interesting matchups you can proceed to do there. I would be most excited to see Crews versus Ziggler. However, that would be a fantastic fucking pairing. I would love to see the dynamic between those two. Oh my god, just thinking about it. Crews and Ziggler look like they could gel well in the ring, and it just excites me talking about it. As for the tag team division, who would I have advance to the finals in the tournament? I would love to see the Vaudevillains advance to the finals, but I doubt that they will. We saw two face teams proceed last night on SmackDown. American Alpha and the Usos. And a lot of people are saying the Usos will advance to the finals with American Alpha. I don't want to see the fucking Usos advance to the finals. Fuck the Usos. Who the fuck are they? What the fuck have they been doing? They're stale as fuck, and they have done nothing whatsoever in the past year. They're a good team, but turn them heel is what I would suggest. Turn the Usos heel. If it were me, I would have had Breezango beat American Alpha and get a huge upset last night. I know that might upset some of you guys, because why would Breezango beat American Alpha, the upcoming team? Because American Alpha are already superstars. So if Breezango got that upset win, it would fucking elevate Breezango to the top of the division. I would have Breezango win the whole tournament. And you have American Alpha chase in a hot feud for the next upcoming months. But they didn't go with that. And I do think we will see the Usos versus American Alpha. But if it were up to me, I would advance the Vaudevillains and have them go against American Alpha. I want to build up one of these scrubbish teams, that's the way WWE has been building them at least, and make them top level talent. The Ascension I would have had go over the Usos last night, and then you can have American Alpha win. And I would have had the Ascension go over and advance to the finals, but no, WWE played it safe. They kept the Usos and American Alpha, and that's why this week I think we're gonna see two heel teams advance. We're gonna see I hope we see the Vaudevillains advance over the Hype Bros, because I do believe it's the Hype Bros versus the Vaudevillains. And then we have Heath Slater and Rhino against the mystery team. Who that mystery team may be, I don't fucking know, but I'm excited to see who. People are saying Crime Time. I'm saying Crime Time because of the WWE .com report that came out a couple weeks ago talking about the hottest free agents, and they listed Crime Time. So maybe WWE has Crime Time in their pocket. I don't fucking know. Maybe it's the Dudleys that they left Raw to come to SmackDown. We don't fucking know. That would be interesting, seeing the Dudleys on SmackDown, giving SmackDown its 8th team. Maybe you're gonna assemble a team. Maybe we're gonna see Gargano and Ciampa come up from NXT. I don't fucking know. Anything could happen in the WWE, but I would like to see, if it's a big team that is the 8th team, if it's a big team, then I would have them advance to the finals. Fuck the fucking Usos. I do not want to see them in the finals, but they probably will go on to the finals at Backlash. I would love to see a Vaudevillains move on. That would be fantastic. I'd love to see the Vaudevillains go to the finals and beat Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder, but I do think they're going to go with the Hype Bros over the Vaudevillains. I would love to see a Dudleys return and go to the finals, and then at those finals, you would have the Dudleys make that grand mistake against American Alpha for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. You'd have them make that grand mistake at Backlash, and then the Dudleys do split up, and we see Bully Ray on SmackDown, which would be fan-fucking-tastic, and it would be what we've all been wanting and expecting on Raw for the past couple weeks. I highly doubt it's going to be the Dudleys, but that would be fantastic. I'm just throwing ideas out there. I don't fucking know what's going to go on with this tag tournament. I think they severely fucked it up with the Usos winning against the Ascension. The Ascension should have fucking won this. It should have been a fantastic fucking match. It was good. It was a good match. It could have been fantastic if the Ascension won, but the Usos had to fucking win because Roman Reigns. They're like two miniature Roman Reigns running around, and nobody fucking likes them. They're just fucking trash. I hate the Usos with their fucking super kicks. They're stale as fuck. If they turned heel, they'd be fantastic. I'd love to see the Usos. And they gotta cut down the fucking super kicks. It's super kick here, super kick there. They're fucking diminishing everything Shawn Michaels did back in the 90s. And if I was wrestling for the WWE and I did a super kick left and right like that, I would be fucking ashamed of myself, because Shawn Michaels is one of my favorites of all time, the other being The Undertaker. Those are my two favorites of all time, and I would be fucking ashamed of myself devaluing what Shawn Michaels did for this fucking company back in the 90s. But whatever. I do think the Usos and American Alpha will move on to the finals. American Alpha deserves to be in the finals, of course. The Usos? What the fuck have they done? I don't know. But let's move on to the women. We already know what the women are doing. I wouldn't have had this happen. The six-pack challenge. We don't know if the six-pack challenge is going to be elimination or not, because a couple weeks ago when they did the six-pack challenge and Ziggler won it, he just had to pin AJ Styles and it was over. But a couple years back when they did a six-pack challenge, I think it was at Night of Champions, I don't fucking know, it was elimination based, so I don't know if it's going to be elimination based or one woman has to pin another and it's over. Who would win this match? Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch will win this matchup, and I can't wait to see Becky Lynch win the fucking title. Honestly, Becky Lynch will win this matchup, and she will go on to be women's champion. Who's she gonna feud with after that? I don't fucking know. Natalia. We've already seen that for the past couple weeks. Nikki Bella. Carmella. Becky Lynch versus the heel Carmella. That would be fantastic. I'd love to see that. But it looks like Carmella and Nikki Bella are going into a feud together. But I'd love to see Becky Lynch versus Carmella for that women's championship. But besides that, what else could we see there? Oh, Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. That's pretty much confirmed, and I cannot wait to see Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. That's going to be a fantastic match. And as you all know, it's pretty hard to book Backlash because this Smackdown roster really is constructed to book 2-hour shows. I'm concerned for how WWE is going to manage building these 3-hour shows. Are they going to give matches more time? Which that would be fantastic. Seeing these guys be given more time, that would be great. As for other matches, mid-card matches, I don't fucking know. The mid-card of SmackDown is completely depleted right now. You had Alberto Del Rio as a mid-card talent. He's gone from suspension. Who would he go against? I don't even fucking know. The SmackDown roster is completely fucking depleted right now. And you really only have room for the main event matches. Well, I guess you could consider Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt, upper mid-card. If they do go through with Cruz and Ziggler, that would be upper mid-card. I don't fucking know. It's really hard. I would say this is one of the harder aspects that SmackDown Live has. Booking 2-hour shows on Tuesdays with SmackDown, that's easy. That's fantastic. I mean, they have the advantage there. They have 2-hour shows. They don't have to book these over fucking stretched 3-hour shows like Raw. So 2 hours, the SmackDown roster could handle just fine, and even better than fucking fine. But these 3-hour pay-per-views, especially how frequently they're gonna happen every 4 weeks, I don't fucking know. That's pretty fucking frequent. If it were me booking this draft, I would have had a pay-per-view every other month, and more pay-per-views that are dual branded. Night of Champions, for example, every fucking championship from both brands should have been defended at Night of Champions. That would have been, or Clash of Champions like they're calling it now. It's a Night of fucking Champions. Have that be a double branded pay-per-view. But I don't fucking understand why Clash of Champions is exclusive to Raw. And by the way, I will have a video doing how I would book the build to Clash of Champions as well. So some very exciting stuff there. So make sure to go check out all the other content, my SmackDown review that I posted last night. This has been Joel Perez of Ringside Wrestling. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. There is a Twitter page, so go check that out where we live tweet with Monday Night Raw and we live tweet with SmackDown. So make sure to go follow that Twitter page and subscribe. I don't know who the fuck you are or what the fuck you're waiting for if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet. But you must be fucking delusional, because I will spew you with the truth. Like Abraham Lincoln once said, if you are a non-subscriber, I will attack you with the truth. and it is that you must subscribe to this channel. Well, Abraham Lincoln never said that. It was kind of different, but whatever. Thanks for watching this video, and I am out of here.